Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I made a journal quite differently. Now, a lot of this type of journaling that I've been doing, making of journals, is stemmed from the junk journal community. And the junk journal community started by taking old books and other things that were being discarded and making them into journals. A lot of times they will use junk mail to make journals, and in my case, this one I don't think has any junk mail in it, but it does have a lot of original ephemera pieces, very vintage pieces. So it makes it so it's very different from what you usually see from me, but I'm thinking you guys will find it interesting anyway. So this is more of a journal that you will drag around with you, I hope. So I made it a bit simpler. There's not any fluffs really on it. So it's a very different from what I usually do. Nick the Booksmith did this. She did a video a little while back on we call it better lighting would help. I forget what she calls them again. Anyway. My bad. If I find the video, I'll put a link below. And so it's kind of based on that. And then I had this cover that I specifically bought this book with the intention. So I paid a little bit more than I usually do for my old books. With the intention, because I like the title, Modern Stories. And I thought somebody could make their own modern stories. Now, this was a 1907 children's storybook. So it's been through a lot. You think about it, it's gone through, 2 world wars, and it did have some damage. I reinforced the spine. You can actually see some leather. I had some pieces that my good friend Francis gave me that I backed up at the top, because these happen. I used to have a bookstore, a vintage old book, lots of old books. People have a tendency to grab things off the shelf by the top, and then you get this stuff happening. So the top gets ripped fast. So I did reinforce it along the spine. It has a layer of Tyvek. So, I mean, that stuff's not getting destroyed whatsoever, right? So that it's got a very, very strong spine. Go to the inside. This is actually was the original end wrap paper. I put it back in, when I put it together, because I wanted to look still have the essence of the book that it used to be. So it's got, worn edges and stuff like that, but I think that adds character to it. And so let's go inside. So here's my first signature. It's got 5, and a lot of, like I said, original ephemera in here, but then if there's a few pieces that I made as well. This is the title page from that book, and I thought I'd put that in there so it keeps some of that with it as well. So in here I made a lot of the ends are made with file folders, so a lot of recycling of stuff. Actually all the stuff that I used in here, even if it's not original, it's stuff that I had in a stack of stuff that I had already made. So I was going through my stash to get everything. Now this is a couple of postcards. This one's from India. Don't think it's really old. I think it's 1974, but something interesting. And then this postcard is originally from the States, mailed to somebody in Ontario, but it's got a 1907 stamp on it. So it had to go in here. It just had to. 1907, same year. Interesting, huh, guys? And this, I actually found this postcard in the same area that I found this book when I went to antique shops. So it could have been with this book. So there's that. There's a pocket there with these goodies in it. And then these photos this isn't real. I mean, it's a real person, yes, but I think this is from Tim Holtz, and he's got these faces that I just thought the scowl on him was perfect for it. A little scowl. Children's book. Anyway, so, and this is a tag from a garment tag. So I didn't do anything to that. So, and this is, original paper, and some of my tea-dyed paper and a book page. And And then this is a flip out. I took the title page from the Edgar Allan Poe book, and I made a little flip out. I had to use the thicker here, just because that one is also a very old book, so it was very delicate. So I made that so it shouldn't get damaged. And a little fabric tab scrap that I had, and then Edith Holden flip there. And that's from this original book. You'll see that it's interesting because you see the paper here is really thick. These books were made to last as well. And then this is original ephemera. It's from the Henry cartoons, which are fairly old too. And this is actually an original vintage stamp that I had bought as well. And I thought I'd stick it on there. And another garment tag. And then this one, I wasn't sure how to work with this one at first because I wanted to make sure it was part of a cover, but it's also very old. This is very, very old, and I've used papers from it throughout many different journals I've done, but I really wanted to use the cover in this. And so that's the original front page of the Telegraph book. And I made it so that there's a pocket back here where you can put stuff. There's another garment tag. And then this is an original gas station coupon for 5 cents. These are quite old as well. And then that's a phone map. That one's not real. And then this page is actually, I think there's 2 by mistake. I didn't do that actually on purpose, but that's fine. This is from an old gaming score pad. As you see, I didn't make everything too neat and tidy in here. And, you know, the pages going different ways and stuff like that. And just to make it assembled and together. Now this are 2 little coin purses. Coin envelopes, I didn't realize they were different sizes at first. But they've got interesting little things tucked inside of them as well. Just some little flashcards in here. And this is original paper. It's very, very thick, so I knew that it could handle, and you can write on it as well. And that's from an accounting book. And then these are original little cards. I suspect it's from a children's game. And then this is a print of Nick's Echo dies that I made for another pocket back here that you can put things in. And this is a music book. And there's another Henry in there. And I'll probably put some other little cards in here. I usually do put a bit more in before I ship them out. And this is a very old book. It's Italian, I believe, and it is from the 1800s. Music sheets, more papered. So still lots of places to journal on. This is really one to be used for that. The back of that. I made this little, it can be used as a board to put underneath your pages to write. Or it can also be your bookmark. But I made this to go in here. It's got, some tags in there. This is from Nick the Booksmith. She made these and I thought they're kind of cute. There's another tag that I made from an old history book. And this is an interesting piece. This came from a Christmas card from one of our prime ministers, Jean Chrétien. That's a while ago. So I thought it needed to be its own cover for one of the signatures. So got a Robbie Burns, which is coming up. Robbie Burns Night is coming up. And one of his quotes and raffle tickets. See, these are traditionally things that would be in a junk journal, these real tickets and stuff. So it's a lot of stuff pertaining to what more or less a junk journal would be in here. More cards. Oops, get that in there. This one I had to fold because it's really, really long to put it in here. And this one is from 1795, this piece of paper, this book page. So it's very, very old. And there's some map. And then in here, this is my father-in-law used to collect stamps, so I've got all these little glassine envelopes, and this is an original ticket to a stock car races, so that's probably in the 70s, that one. And then, you know, guest checks is another thing, and there's another blank card. And then this is, I found at an antique shop. It is a gasoline ration book for the Second World War, and which is very interesting. I made it into a tuck spot, so that's another original piece there. And then our last signature. This is another music book and another one of those pictures. This I didn't attach anywhere. It is a sticker from, would have been on that vanishing cream, and then there's some more tags in there, and then another old, this one says 1860, so very, very old, but very, very thick. Some interesting paper there, and then book page. That's from the book The Last Flower. And then some of this green paper. And then there's that there. And then another guest check and a pocket here. And then I used an old ticket for a tab on there. And then for fun, this is an original. I have this from Nick the Booksmith. And I wanted to put like a library pocket in the back. I thought it would be fun. Just a couple of little quotes. And then for closing it, I did very, very simply, like I said, there's no fluff on this. It's just got the elastic, and you put it over and it's ready to go. So this will be going on my Etsy in the next 2 days as well. And if you're interested, please get a hold of me. Also, I will be going away for a month. I'll be gone pretty much the whole month of February, so my shop will be closed then. So if there's anything that you're interested in, you want to get before I go, I kind of, now's a good time, always. But just in case if you're wondering, if you go to my shop and it doesn't show like any listings are there, it's just because I'm on vacation. And my first one since pre-COVID. So this will be interesting. Anyway, everybody, take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.